back to Mania Lawn of Tournament Season 4. We'll be moving on to the third fight match, as it's going to be the winner's brackets between myucchii and Pana. Two, I would say, very well-known names from the side, with myucchii being the world ranked second place in the entire world, and 74 from Pana, so extremely high ranked players. And these guys are just a monster and a half. And especially myucchii, after all, basically 990 995 almost every single map yesterday. Some of the more regular type of maps he's very strong on, but he did lose 3 points against Leon, because Leon is just also that strong in that regard, especially on some of the coordination one type of like slowy weird maps that may give a bit of trouble to myucchii. I mean the trouble, but it's like 991 instead of like 994. So he did lose 3 points against Leon, but Leon is a extremely strong early stage player, and some of the slower maps as well, and he just absolutely a monster on. But Pana, it's also a very strong player on his regard as well. Almost accessed like 3 to 4 maps last weekend. He does not have the highest ratio compared to everyone else, but he does in generally access the maps, like have very less misjudgment compared to everyone else, and I would say a bit more well-rounded in general, and sweeping his first match, getting a 5-1 against Minwoo, which is also a pretty known name here. So we're going to be seeing our picks and bans here, and of course our protection from Pana will be a coordination 1, the map that myucchii has been banned out. Has been banning out, or not banning out, but slightly weaker. Everyone has been targeting against him on that pick. And myucchii will be protecting Wildcard 2, raindrop the spike mini jacks shield map. A lot of mini jacks occur in that map in general, and extremely hard for players to be consistent to hold on an FC, especially with the mini jacks and shield requirements. And we'll be seeing the bans. Actually no, those were the bans. Okay, never mind, we actually missed out a lot. I have no idea what we banned and what was protected, so I guess I'll be moving on to the ref sheets. But for now, we're going to be seeing Snoop Dogg as our first pick, which has been one of the more occurring themes for the entire tournament. And yep, okay, we'll be seeing the picks and bans here. Density 3 has been protected from myucchii, as expected from him, because myucchii, knowing it being a very high density player, very strong at least high BPM stuff. Coordination 1 has been protected from Pana, and we do see the bans out, and Pana will be banning out one of the weird awkward maps of the pool, Technical 1, Wildcard 2 being banned from myucchii. So Wildcard 3, first pick for myucchii, not exactly the usual density type of stuff that he goes for, but it is a very high improvisations and dump heavy map with a lot of snappings left and right. Yep, we'll be on to the match here. So Pana usually not really achieving 99.9, given how last weekend we saw from this player. He just basically SS a lot of the maps that he played. He's not exactly the strongest in terms of ratio. He did achieve 2 SS on his play last weekend, one from Wildcard 2 and the other one from Wildcard 1, but both were around 99.86 rather than your expected high ratio player, which you get 99.9. So he's probably still accessing this map, but accessing by 99.8. But this time he needs his ratio to get up to even have a chance against myucchii, because myucchii, despite dropping Death Drop, sometimes drop a bit of like 200s, but he's still extremely good in that ratio department here. His ratio in general is just a bit higher than a bit stronger than Plana in general, so he needs more misjudgment. So Plana needs more misjudgment from myucchii to even have a chance to take this pick. For now, we'll be on to the weird section of the map with some stairs, LNs, which are not really giving a lot of trouble to players. They're still holding on as strong of accuracy as ever, and this is why myucchii picked this map as his first pick and a very strong pick to start off with. This is a very popular pick for the entire match, entire weekend, and he shows us why. 294 perfect, 100 or 300 less than Plana, and secured is a very strong first point. 992 from Plana, but not really a thing. Not really a bad score either. It's like a really good score, but it's not enough to win because you're against a third seed, and that's all it happens. Alright, next pick from myucchii. He has a lot to go for. Next pick, not myucchii, sorry, my bad. Next pick from Plana. I'll say he has quite a bit to go for. Some of the more slower maps, Coordination 1 could be something that he goes for. But I would say Coordination is technically the only slow map of the pool left. It's like a real slow map. There's also some low density, not low density, but like lower BPM stuff such as Coordination 3, another dump heavy map. Which is kind of interesting to see them picking it after losing out Wildcard 3. But this map is a lot less dense and the BPM is a lot lower, so the release are a bit harder in that regard. We got a lot of 1.6 and 1.8 release requirement in this map, and being OD8 as well, so a bit higher than the rest of the pool, and also higher than last weekend, and this is why this slot is for a bit of a rhythm heavy LN coordination heavy type of slot. 1618 long look improvisations on weird focus as well. Your usual double BPM Abusan, but it's not exactly a double BPM map. It could be a bit of a timing help, but not hard to a point that it could be in the tactical pool. We're on to the pick here. 99.93 as the starting point for myucchii is absolutely monstrous score. Not weak at all in that department. 99.84 from Plana. But are you gonna be seeing a miss here from myucchii? And oh wow! Missing a bit on the transition over there. It's now Plana's lead, and it's Plana's lead to drop. He does drop a bit of accuracy as well, the 99.7 in the chorus, but he just needs to hold an FC as myucchii finally building back up to the combo cap. That's gonna be a good head start here for Plana. Lower in that accuracy requirement, but we have turned this into a combo game now as one miss before from myucchii, and we'll be heading on to the second chorus here, and no misses from myucchii this time, slowly holding back on, and also the high accuracy as well, and yes, he is building back up the lead, sort of 1,850 points. The lead has been halved since the initial position of the miss, as Plana has been dropping a bit of an accuracy, actually only keeping an accuracy at 99.6, but 69, but myucchii is building up to 99.81, and those accuracy built up recovering is actually bringing back up the lead to myucchii's side, and time is running out, but we still have one more chorus left, and myucchii could have taken the last chorus as advantageous, the long map advantage, and build back up a kind of a lead here. As we do see some more 200s, not 200s, but rank 300s being dropped from Plana. The lead has go on to myucchii's side, and this might be not an FC and still win battle for myucchii because he's just so good at hacking. And that is going to be it. And he still got a 990 after he missed. What is this? Oh my lord, god. You miss and you still win. This is Taiko number 2, bro. That's what and Plana score is not even that bad. Like 15,200, 99.66, but unfortunately that is still not enough. And we're gonna be seeing myucchii instantly go for his protect. Density 3. It's gonna be Knight of the Reborn Panelio. Our custom song of the pool. Everyone is gonna be having the most annoying 20-second start and drops the most AC, and after that everyone will be holding on a very high accuracy. It's all about density maintained. There's one shield transition sessions and one staircase transition sessions, which those 2 sessions for me is the hardest part. But this map has been density usually the highest BPM, highest dance, highest physicality type of a map due to the higher BPM in general. Probably density 2 this time takes the cake of the highest mechanics requirement. Oh, you see though. And this is the first time we see both player actually kind of cooking up the first 20 seconds of the map. This is absolutely insane. This part is just so hard to hack for a lot of players. 99.87 and actually identical accuracy. Plana actually gonna be in the lead in that start, but the real meet has started, and the real meet might makes the lead back to in favor of myucchii. I do believe it's like 3 myucchii should be in the lead. I have no idea why he is behind. Probably the client being a little bit silly again. It does not make sense to me that 99.87 is lower score than 99.75, so we should be seeing the red when going a bit stronger on the top of our screen here. And he is building up an even stronger accuracy since the first part of the map, and he might even achieve to 99.9 after the sessions. He's still going on the basically 300 ratios. Look at him go. Just all 300s. He does draw a bit of a yellow 300 here. He's gonna be into the shield sessions and onto the stairs transitions. No one finds a break here in this part, and onto the density, your regular textbook density sessions. There's one more final part of the map which is also quite difficult for players to handle, but other than that, it's not exactly missable as this sessions. As long as you have the density, it could be free for you. But players may run out of density in these couple of parts. Not looking these 2 winners brackets players gonna do so though. And here comes the transition, final transition. And achieve the 970,000 points, and that's where the actual map has ended. And we're gonna be seeing 990 again, but myucchii just stronger in that 990 regard. Absolutely monstrous performance from him again. Almost assess the map 1/200 being dropped from him, 99.87. And he has been bringing the ratio better by quite a bit in every single map, and that's why he has been securing all the W so far. 3-0. And of course, Plana, possibly his last pick of the match left, it's gonna go for his protection. Very fair, very good gameplay. I would say this is, if you are here to at least take some points off against your opponents, usually you save your best pick as like last, because your point is to just win at least 1 point, and usually saving the best map as last when opponents get a bit less careful about some of their slots. So yeah. And myucchii is not really known for the type of players who likes playing these type of stuff. You guys may have heard of the Helpline song, and this is the original version of it. And this is very slow, literally half of the BPM. That's the Helpline remix. 100 BPM instead of 200. which technically plays 200 in other game modes. It's based on how you see it. It's a Danny PX map, and I do believe this map actually has a leaderboard on, and it's slow, it's long, and it's all about releases. And players hate playing slow, from what I've been gathering in my 3 weeks of my investigations from London tournaments. Well, mainly in general. We do see Plana dropping 100 over there, and this map, despite being 4 minutes, the combo count is barely 2,000, so you do not want any miss here, and I don't think player would miss in this map. If they miss, as a huge bumper and huge roadblock on them for them to secure this pick. This is what you call your weird accuracy map of the pool. It features in some other modes as well, most significantly on Tycho, where there are some slow, extremely slow BPM maps. The density is low. It's like half of the SR, not half of the SR, but like 2 SR below like the second lowest map of the pool, and this is it. It's weird to play, uncomfy, especially with all these releases all timed differently. Past the first chorus, and myucchii is in the lead. Is his lowest act so far, not counting the miss he achieved in CO3. The lowest act is still 99.87. The 100s being dropped from Pana at the start of the map really hurt his score, after all, because of how not dense this map is. But we do see these map changes on releases are very rough for players to hold on accuracy, but it's not really a favor for both of these players here. Probably drop another 200 over there, but so does myucchii, and these snap changes are slowly giving a bit of trouble to both our players on our screen. I mean trouble, but more like some 200s being dropped from them. Not exactly the end of the day yet for Plana, but he needs any help he can get from myucchii. So another chorus. The map is ending very soon. We will end around 2,000 combo mark, like I mentioned. Despite this map being 4 minutes here, the map is very not dense. You can see why Plana decided to go for this pick. It is probably the lowest accuracy we've ever seen from myucchii, not counting misses. But the lowest accuracy is still 99.84. It successfully worked for Leon last weekend, but it's not working out well for Plana this time. Unfortunately, just a little bit too many misjudgments being dropped from him, and that is going to be sealed to the deal on his protection. And back against the corner from Plana. $994 from myucchii, 995 from myucchii, 991 from Plana. Still a 991 from him, but he's against a beast 2,000 Rainbow 300s from myucchii, 2,100. You can see the ratio is a bit closer this time, but you can argue it being because there's less notes, and also the misjudgment department. You can see Plana is a lot stronger in that misjudgment. Definitely because of the map getting a lot harder. myucchii is asking a Kamui map please, but Plana has banned it out. So you cannot see that being picked. Yeah, that map is out. So myucchii has his next pick. If he wants to go for something that he likes, I think he needs to go for the density pool. Wildcard 1 also has quite density that we got because of the BPM change, and it goes at quite high BPM. And yeah, he's gonna be picking that then from it's the BPM change song. After a quiet song, we'll be onto another quiet song. This song is extremely quiet at the start. You just hear some effects. It gets harder and harder because of the BPM speed up. Not so much in terms of the density. Not so much in terms of the density for it being harder. It keeps the density throughout the entire map. Okay, the start is the hardest to get 300 if you are not used to weird stuff again. Yeah, we might see a 99.9 from myucchii. That's been destroying this map. Might be getting the first SS of the match. Will be insane. Or may get some miss, and here comes the weird part. It's slightly bit more echoable than density 3 start. Yeah, good as the start. Both players are actually achieving very high accuracy, so good to see here both of them are prepared. As well as extremely high SR, 6 SR, SR star rating of a 6, so high, like almost double the last map, but it's kind of inflated. There's a lot of short LNs that we'll see later on and rolling patternings. And we'll also be seeing some shields before. The start is a bit more kind and generous. It's still quite dense compared to like every other picks of the pool. That's why it's in the wildcard pick rather than the coordinations or technical. You see some very short LM bursts, which I've learned from my peers that saying short it might not be that difficult because you can just it plays like a rise, you just instantly release. So we get to a bit of a denser session. So we do see Plana start to dip a bit of accuracy. It's still an amazing accuracy, but he's even against a player who is even high accuracy, and there goes a break from Plana. And Watson doomed. He is 1 foot in the loser brackets, and myucchii is 1 foot into the quarterfinals, so he can win his bracket, and he is still just showing up with more than 99.9, and there goes another miss from Plana. 2 misses already. I think this is basically uncomebackable for Plana, unless myucchii just dips a lot of misses again. And you go into the shields pass right now. This part is also very easy to find breaks if you're not prepared. And like I mentioned, there goes Plana dropping off on the shields again. And this harder session of the map, denser sessions, highest intensity, highest BPM. And it's gonna seal the deal. And myucchii ending this with a 99.87 play here. 995 from him. Plana know it's already over and miss the final notes outside the break, the final notes of the map, knowing that he already missed too much and it's uncomebackable. Decent play from Plana. It was looking quite close, especially at the start of the map, but once the hard part comes, once the shield comes, it all crumbles apart, and myucchii will be moving on to the winners brackets. Clean sweep. It was a very close battle last weekend, but I guess the map was already hard enough for him to move on to the winners bracket. And Plana trying his best, very close on both of his picks. Coordination, both of the coordination picks are really close, especially with a miss on myucchii on coordination 3. It was head-to-head battle, but unfortunately the accuracy from myucchii is just a little bit too strong. And coordination 1, the map is slow, and I would say the misjudgment just unfortunately a bit too short on Plana, and especially the other team is a 3rd seed, and he definitely put a 3rd seed performance on myucchii, and he'll be moving on to the winners bracket against the 5th fifth, not 5th, the 6th seed of the tournament. So, which is going to be Philose, the Taiwanese player, and Mr. Planner will be dropping down to the loser bracket, facing the winners between Mosa and Leon. Yeah, my bad. I misread. Okay, Gastel and GBMMTTYY233. We'll be facing one of those two, and we have our next match soon, which is going to be Neptune with the Stereotype. If we see some if we haven't seen enough extremely top level gameplay from players, be sure to check out next match. Stereotype, extremely high accuracy player, extremely high ratio player, does some crazy scores left and right. Maybe get a big skill cap when the map gets like extremely difficult, but I would say in this stage he's still be able to compete with some of the top players, and of course he's against the monster, the best player in the entire world. It's probably a bit weaker in the LN department, but a bit weaker is nothing for this player. He is still possibly the best player and the favorite to win. After all, still number one all the qualifiers, Neptune. And it's going to be a top-notch battle in 4 UTC 30 minutes later. So be sure to check out that match. After that, we will have our final 5 UTC match, which is going to be Yarn versus Unitori, and we close Yaran versus Unitori, and we'll be closing out at the morning block of the tournament's schedule. So be sure to check out Neptune versus Stereotype in 30 minutes later. And hopefully I won't be alone for the next hour, because I've been here solo commentating and providing my very idiotic takes from Mania, because I am possibly 7 digit in my Mania, so I did not know anything about this mode and I'm just kind of copy and pasting every words. Hopefully you guys like this commentary though, and enjoy this match. We'll be seeing you guys in 30 minutes then. Goodbye.